Hey, how's it going, guys? Just wanted to give you guys a little information on this world legal CZ Scorpion. So apparently there's been a high demand for these guns, and CZ has not been able to keep up. I guess they have US specific models that they usually ship to us, and there's been a shortage because they're switching to a new model, a 2016 model, which has a few different changes, like a standard thread pattern pitch. So apparently I got a world legal CZ Scorpion. I recently ordered this from it's like the safety delete thing from HB Industries, and it came in here. And I also got this spring kit that's supposed to lower the poundage by like 4 pounds or something to like 6. So it reduces it by 4 pounds, and it's maybe like a 6 pound pull or whatever. So my neighbor just bought one, and I realized there was a few differences. This is my third CZ Evo that I've had since they came out, and so I'm familiar with them. So the first thing I noticed was the this rod right here on the bolt. They're usually polished. This one is blued or coated or something, and it is just black. To me, that's all of mine have always been polished, and so is my neighbor's. I believe he has the regular CZ. So I guess there are a few changes to the world legal version, and so pretty much with this new ATF ruling or whatever, CZ recognized that there has been a shortage of CZs in the market, so they tried to replenish the market by just grabbing by shipping over CZ Evos that were meant to go to other countries. And there's a few changes to them. I guess there's like some kind of cut in here that prevents you from like making this full auto, or replacing it with the full auto bolt or whatever, and not bolt, trigger pack. And so in order for me to install this spring kit, I have to remove the trigger pack from this lower receiver. So you do that by using a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench and taking the safety selectors off. This comes out, and then there is a bolt in here, which is a 3 millimeter bolt, which I snapped clean off. So after looking at a few videos on YouTube, on how to install that spring kit, people were, just grabbing their Allen wrenches and taking that off. So there I go, trying to take this bolt off right in there, and it is super hard. I had a really hard time taking it off. So at first I grabbed a 3 millimeter wrench, I stripped the bolt. It was turning in there because I stripped it. So then I went ahead and grabbed some pliers. I put the lower on my vise, and I started turning it. And it was turning a little bit, and I was like, okay, like I might have got a quarter turn. And I was like, all right, well, this is gonna work out. And then I turn it again, break the head right off. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. So after further inspection, I went on YouTube and I was looking at how these people were taking these things apart, and like I said, they were just turning this bolt off and just getting it right off. So I noticed that their bolts were tapered right here. This is the end of the bolt, so it goes from here through here, and then this is the end right there. So their bolt was tapered, and mine looks like it's got a big old fat burr in it, right? So I was like, okay, well, shit. They at the factory, they probably just grabbed a faulty bolt and it had a burr on it, and it stripped all the threads all the way up to the top, and it just got seized in there, right? So that's why I couldn't get it off. So I thought about tapping it out and, you know, just drilling it and using an easy off or whatever, but I called CZ, and their customer service is great. Actually, they answered. You know, I wasn't on waiting, you know, or anything. They didn't put me on hold. They just answered right away. It rang twice, and they answered. And I told them, and they're like, "Yeah, that bolt is welded on," which explains why you sheared the head right off of it. So apparently, I got a world legal CZ, and I broke the head right off. And apparently they do not have any of these lowers anymore. So it's not like they're not going to send, they can't send me just a trigger pack. They got to send me this whole lower. So I have to wait for them to get these manufactured in the Czech Republic or whatever. They're actually working on the molds right now. So I have to wait for them to make the molds, produce them, import them, and then I'm on a waiting list, because I'm not the first one that runs into this issue. The reason I tried taking this apart was, one, it was full of oil. This whole gun was saturated in oil. And two, I wanted to upgrade, you know, these are US made parts, and this is going to be an SBR. I already submitted the paperwork. So I'm trying to get US made parts in there, like the trigger springs, you know, grip, and, you know, crap like that. So I have to wait. It's probably going to be months before I get a new trigger pack. The good news is that this bolt is welded to the receiver. This is made out of metal here, so it's welded there, and it's got thread lock in there. So I don't think this is going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. It might, I don't know, but yeah, I just want to give you guys a heads up. If you if you go onto CZ's website, there is a chart that tells you you know, from what serial number to what serial number. You know, they pretty much tell you, okay, from this serial number here to this one here, these are world legal Evos. So before you try to take this thing apart and, you know, break the bolt off and be screwed like I am, check it, or just simply take your gun apart, and if you see a shiny end here, it's welded. If it is tapered, you should be able to tell right away. It's going to be black, and it's going to be tapered. You have a older model, so for a little while there was like a little dry spell there on these Evos, and I wasn't planning on buying this gun again, but I just liked it so much, and this whole new, you know, ATF ruling or whatever, I wanted to get it SBR'd. I'm SBRing and suppressing everything right now before that crap goes through, so, because I do have a trust. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I wanted to do all the 922R compliance stuff, you know, so I could be ready and just slap on the stock kit on it. So yeah, this is a great safety delete though, by the way. They make good shit. So yeah, just like I said, I wanted to give you guys a heads up, and beware. Don't just you know, take that apart thinking nothing's gonna happen, because something will. You will break it off, and then you're gonna have to wait a long time till you can get a replacement, like I am gonna have to do. So there it is, guys.